Oh, okay.
So there's not a lot of that.
It's geographical as well for you.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got to get you some online networking then instead.
Yes, I do a lot. That's where I focus my networking.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 3 kids as well, and there's lots of people who I know would be brilliant clients for me who are in England, and there are only so many trips that I want to take away from my family.
Right.
In 2019, I've already booked for 1, 2, 3 conferences and a 4th day away next year. And, to be honest, that's probably about my limit for traveling away from the family. Mm-hmm.
So where do you all travel to?
Well, so we live in Belfast in Northern Ireland. So for me to I'm going to 2 conferences in Newcastle in England. So it's only an hour's flight, but it's still, it'll be 48 hours away from the family. And another 2 events are in London. And, I chose this business and I chose to work this way to fit around my family. And you get a bit torn because you think, well, I know that if I went over to England once a month, my business would definitely grow a lot faster. But the business that I'm creating is a business that I wanted to build around my family. So, I kind of like you in that I need to build my network online then instead. And she said, you can spend time inside Facebook groups where you think your ideal client hangs out, and then you realize that you're not really getting anywhere there. It can be a real learning curve. Maybe that's why you and I both have our own Facebook groups then.
Right. Come to my audience. I think it works a little bit better.
Yeah. So I'll come and join your group. You come and join mine.
All right.
And
awesome.
then we can share tips to the 2 groups. That'd be great.
So, hey, you asked about difficulty starting a business.
Yes.
And then you actually just mentioned something that I think is really, really important for starting a business. And maybe you're the professional, so tell me if I'm mistaken here. But the idea that, you said, and this is true for me as well, starting a business around our families, right? That's one of the main reasons. And so, right now, like for me, I'm not in a position, I don't really want to grow, a multi-million-dollar business and put in all that time away, all that commitment and those kind of things. Yeah. So recognizing where we're at as far as what we want to do to grow our business. Like I know my goal for next year is not to build a multi-million-dollar business.
Yeah, because then you'd be so busy running it. Then when would you see your kids?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think a lot of my listeners are probably nodding their heads, to be honest.
Good.
Because, I think that it's really fascinating. Someone talked about, there was a journalist that said on Twitter last year about, why do so many women start businesses in their 40s? And it's exactly for that, because they want to build something up around their families. And it's a very different business model to other types of entrepreneurs, I think.
Yes, I think so too.
And you don't want to measure yourself against, well, I don't measure myself against other people anyway, but against people who have a very different home setup than I do. So that, it's really interesting. And I think comparing yourself to other people is not a good thing anyway.
No.
You just got to focus on your own business and your own progress and your own plans.
Yes.
All right, Jac, it's been really enjoyable talking to you today. Do you want to leave us with any key productivity tips?
You know what? Sometimes, most of the time, you really need to slow down to speed up, because
I like that.
We find ourselves doing so many different things and trying to just go, that we don't actually get anywhere.
I'm going to turn that one into an Instagram post.
Oh, cute. Thank you. I like it.
Good. Jac, it's been absolutely lovely to speak to you all the way over there in Texas tonight.
Thank you. You too.
For anyone listening who wants to know more about being more productive and slowing down to speed up and all the brilliant advice you've given us tonight, How can they find you?
My website, jacjulian.com. And everybody is welcome to join my free Facebook group, which is Anti-Hustle Nation Community.
Love it. And I'll put links to all of those in the show notes. Thank you so much, Jac, for coming on the podcast this evening.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. This has been great.
Good. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that was Jac Julien, who I was talking to all the way over in Texas. And I think it's really fascinating to talk about productivity for entrepreneurs. And what I said about all the different tools, there's so many tools out there, and it's really easy to end up spending more time trying to organize yourself on productivity tools than it is to actually be productive. And I have come full circle in all of this, and I really just use my notebooks. I talked about the different notebooks that I have, but I do know what's in all of them, and my whiteboard. And I also have like a big paper calendar on the wall. And those are the things that I just check in on and my different to-do lists. So I don't really need apps and tools for all of those things. But if you're listening to the podcast and you disagree with me, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So do drop me a line on louise@socialbni.com. And if you're enjoying the podcast, let's give us a good kick into 2019. If you would mind leaving me a rating and review on iTunes, I would really love that. And I'm going to start reading out some of the ratings that I've got and reviews that I've got. So thanks, guys, for leaving the ones that you have already. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Social Bee podcast. Come and join us over at www.socialbni.com and let's start creating a buzz about your business. And if you like what you hear, please pop over to iTunes and leave me a review. I'd really appreciate it. See you next time.